Hey guys, the QA Ninja here, back with another episode. Today I'm going to be taking you through a journey back in time with my Arcade1UP mod. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and let's get into it.
Especially in the arcades.
Now that has some people concerned. In part 2 of her special report, Wendy Dakota looks at possible side effects of these games.
They come here almost every day, some of these kids, zapping, fighting, and shooting their way through quarter after quarter.
The point is just to beat everybody up and win.
He's talking about the hottest game in the arcade, Street Fighter.
Yeah, pretty violent. But not as violent as that Mortal Kombat game. That game's like you can tear off their head.
Hey guys, so I'm the QA Ninja. Again, I'm going to show you what I did to mod this thing. But first, I just want to let you know, growing up, I always dreamed of having an arcade in my house. In the 90s, when my mother used to let my brother and I go to the arcade on a Saturday, we spent lots of quarters, especially on Street Fighter. So this has a lot of memories to me. So when Arcade1UP announced that they were coming out with this, I was blown away. But like stock, it felt like it needed something. So I added a couple features to it, a couple mods. Let me take you through and show you what I did. Alright, so moving on in. At first glance, you're going to see, hey, this kind of looks like a regular Arcade1UP. But when you start looking closer, you can start seeing some of the things that I did here. For starters, I added bad top joysticks. I really wanted this to be as close as to the real thing as possible. The way I remember growing up seeing it in the 90s in the arcades. So I even swapped these all out for HAP buttons, HAP 8-way joystick. And I don't know if you remember in the original cabinet, but you have the player 1 and in the player 2 here with the actual people symbols, I have that as well. Right now my Arcade1UP is running my Raspberry Pi, but a lot of times I swap it out for the Atomic Pi. If you saw my last video, you'll see that the Atomic Pi is way more powerful, and it's a better option for swapping out for running on the Arcade1UP here. And I'll show the back as well. So going down here, I'll show you the additional buttons I added. These are meant to be alternatives if I'm not going to be using coins. These are my select buttons for entering coins. But I'll show you something else, right? I mean, hey, this is the 90s. You gotta pay to play. So this is my coin door, my wiring and everything, and yes, it works. Takes coins, and I love the sound. And now you're ready to play. Let's take a look at the back. Alright, so going to the back here, you can see where I have my HDMI and everything plugged in. There's the back of the coin door where all the extra wiring goes. My amplifier. And going under here, I actually have instead old Dell computer speakers plugged in. That was the easiest way to go for stereo sound. There's my Atomic Pi and there's the Raspberry Pi. So either way, I tend to swap out between either or depending on what I'm trying to do, especially if I want to play Killer Instinct or anything like that. Nothing too special back here. I've got to do a little bit of cable management, of course. But that's the back, that's the brains of the whole system. Alright, moving on to the marquee we got here. I did this several months ago. I got the logo print out from Arcade Graphics. They did an awesome job. It was a very fun project, and the LEDs I also got, I believe, on walmart.com. So I'll leave the links to where I got everything for putting together my marquee. You can see the Wolfenos RetroPie image I've got here. Probably the best image for arcades I would recommend. It's got all things arcade. Pretty good image. And what I do like about the LEDs that I got here is you do have the option to change it to a red or blue or whatever color you prefer it to be. I mean, I'm a traditionalist, as you see, so I'm gonna want it more of a white color. because that's what I remember it to be. But yeah, so that's my light up marquee. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, karate chop that like button and subscribe. I'll be bringing a lot more fun content for you. And also follow me on Twitter. Check out all my other videos and see you next time.